Good afternoon, Daniel Jugenis here, talking to you from London as always. Hope you're well and everything is going your way. But depending on where you are, you may be at the end of your working day, or you may not even have got up yet. I'm running on the Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. If you're in Los Angeles and you happen to be looking at this, you may just be getting up, or you may still be sleeping. If you're in New York, your day may just be starting as it's nearly 5 to 2 or 1:55 p.m. here in London. So, what am I going to talk to you today? Well, I was going to talk about being on a downer, things are not quite working out, I'm trying to keep myself busy working towards the next contract or the next acting job, and nothing seems to be happening right now. I'm in a limbo. My contract work is still up in the air because of this Brexit business, that word that our glorious leader Boris Johnson, Prime Minister, doesn't want us to use anymore. But I thought I'd do away with all that and discuss unreliable people. Yeah, unreliable people. Yesterday I was left absolutely fuming, and I'll tell you why. In my spare time, I run a couple of dating groups on social media, specifically for black men to meet ladies of a ethnicity. It works. It works so far, but that really depends on people. Of course, you get your usual time wasters, be they male or female. You get the odd bot. What that is a piece of software masquerading as a female, looking for a date or male company. But they tend to use profile pictures of real women, but then the photographs they send are pretty risque, to say the same. And they're always the same pictures, no matter how different the profile is. But that aside, I had a very interesting conversation with one young lady, and she was looking to meet men of color. This is a Caucasian lady, white lady, and she wanted to meet a black gentleman, for a meeting, a date, and see how things goes. Fair enough, fair enough. I had a conversation with her, and I recommended a few guys who were members of on my group, and there is a group elsewhere, and there's a group on WhatsApp. So she came via the other group elsewhere, but then I added her to WhatsApp, and then she wanted me on Sunday, and then these guys who are supposed to be men, grown men, oh no, I can't do that. I said, oh, could you meet me? Is anybody available at 2 p.m.? No, I will be available at 7 p.m. Later that evening. The others, oh no, I'm away this weekend. No, can we do it next weekend? And the poor woman, got put off. Just got put off. I had a conversation with her. She was very nice, but she wasn't impressed. She wasn't impressed because I'm the administrator for these groups. It puts me in a very bad light. It makes me look stupid, disorganized. The list goes on and on and on. And I could go on forever about this. But look, I'm a black man. I'm a man of color, so I'm going to be really, really hard on my own. I'm not sure what it is about some black men. We get a bad rap as it is already. And, if a lady of another ethnicity, in this case a Caucasian lady, who, for all I may know, she may never have dated a black man, or she may be into men of colour, but if she was a novice, she was left with a very, very bad impression of men of colour, black men specifically. Now, I normally say to people where racism's concerned, right, where they say where people, it's news people of Caucasian people who say, oh, I'm fed up of hearing about racism, and my response has always been, well, I'm tired of dealing with it. It's a fact of life for me. I'm tired of dealing with. We are 20 years into the 21st century, and that subject is still very much a fact of life. But put that aside, I'm not talking about racism here. I'm talking about stereotypes typical to black men. It's bad enough to have to deal with stereotypes, but when we men of color, i.e., black men, play to that stereotype, or in some cases, create that stereotype and leave that stereotype with other people, it puts us all in a bad light. Now, for myself, I set up this group to 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 kind of change that. I'm not on a crusade, but I noticed that yes, men of color date white females, fine. I set a group up for that to see how that goes. Guys come to me and say, "Do you know anybody?" As if I run a dating agency. I don't, but I set up the group. I noticed that there is no kind of link between men of color, i.e., black men, and Asian ladies. Now, when I say Asian, I'm talking about the Indian subcontinent, which is Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, formerly Ceylon, and I'm also talking about China, Malaysia, Southeast Asia, through to Japan, etc. I set up a group for that. Nothing's really happened there, although I've kind of put out feelers to try and attract both groups of people to that particular group. But for all the effort I do, if men are going to come, and I'm trying not to use expletives here, but if men of color, specifically black men, do not know how to conduct themselves with women generally, and they come off as negative, or that person in this specific case, a white lady comes off with a bad impression. In fact, she got so fed up of what was happening on the WhatsApp group, she went back to the other group and she was talking to somebody I know, and then she came back to me and said, well, this person has cut her off. I then speak via the app that this other group's on, and I speak to the person concerned, and apparently he went out last night, he was drunk, and he passed out. Okay, she wouldn't know that, but again, it is perception, and it's her perception that counts, because she's on the receiving end. He passed out, and I thought to myself, you know what? Oh, for God's sake, what is wrong with men? What is wrong with men of color, black men, specifically, that they don't know how to conduct themselves around women? Now, I know that a lot of men of color, again, specifically black men, will kind of respond to this, or come to me directly and say, look, we're not like that. Yeah, well, we're not all like that, but unfortunately, some of us are. Some of us play to that damn stereotype, that negative stereotype that, and we're all, as black men, tarred with that brush. And that's my rant. I didn't come here with the intention of ranting, but Oh, hello again. It's Daniel here, of course. I'm sorry about that. One of the apps actually got in the way of my rant, so the video stopped prematurely. So I've just had to begin again. Well, not begin again, but continue. I'm going to try and see if I can link this bit with the former video entry and have it as a continual loop and see how that goes. But yeah, it's left me quite annoyed, to be quite honest with you, and I was just left wondering, why the hell I bother. Each to their own. You are setting up something for people to benefit from. I'm not making no money. I'm not making any money from this. It's just something that I do. Just to help people, and some people have benefited from it. Others haven't. But I suppose when you run a forum or any forum, there is going to be pros and cons, positives, negatives, what have you. So you know I will continue, but I've removed those gentlemen from the WhatsApp group and I've informed the lady concerned, and apologised unreservedly. But I think one has lost a client there, even though she's not paying. It's not about it being free. It is about the fact that you are, or rather, one is running a service, and some say the customer is always right, even if they are a bomb pot. In other words, even if they're idiots. And they're all clients. You just have to kind of navigate around it. So I'm going to continue with that, and I've kind of smoothed things out. I don't think the lady will return, but that's up to her. All I can do is just do what I always do. Speaking of doing what I do, I'm actually going to go through my paperwork. I know I've said I'll do it before, and I didn't do it, but I'm definitely going to do it when I finish this recording and upload it. I'm going to go right through, do some writing, check emails, and see what else there is to do. So thank you for staying with me, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. But as always, be good to yourself, be good to each other, respect each other, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. So take care, goodbye, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.